regards to your wound, Miss Everly, was it?
Correct.
Did you acquire this in the same area as the plant life that you found?
Yes, after we killed the demons and dogs.
Right. Okay. So he looks at the muckrakers and is like, "Okay, this shit. What she's saying is wild." And he's like, "Okay, Sen and the muckrakers have had their story time. Please, tell us what you know." And he wants to know like what you guys experienced, because you guys had a fucking weird experience in a cave.
Yeah.
And he all he knows is that you found a plant there, right? And that you've given him like fragmented pieces of what happened, but whatever amount of info you guys want to disclose, whether it's like full disclosure or you want to just like tell him the nitty
Who wants to be
gritty.
the storyteller?
Everly's in a
don't
lot
have
of pain
to-
right now.
We don't have to necessarily. I'm not going to make you guys we know what happened.
Yeah.
And you guys can relay from start to finish. Ornick hired us. We went to this. We found this cave. It was like hidden by illusion. We went in. We fought our way through like a small, like a robed halfling man that was like commanding these weird people that cross-check close to what Fargild had explained he encountered was like robed men with these like weird, like white, pale, fiendish creatures. When you explain the impaled demon creature, they raise eyebrows.
And that's when, and then Cash pulls out the glaive.
Yep, and they, Thomas puts his hand out and goes, "May I touch?"
Kindly, my friend.
And
No.
No? Okay.
You may look.
He like puts his hand back and then looks at it, and you see like his helmet, the blue glow. And it gets bright for a second, and he like looks up and he nods over to Fargild, and they look at you guys like they want to hear more.
To be clear, I'll show him any part of it that he wants, but I'm not giving him.
You're not going to give it to him, right? Okay.
No.
That's fine. And then you guys explained the section where there was like the door.
That he just wanted to hold it. He didn't want to say anything.
He wanted to touch it.
Okay, well, I'm definitely not letting go of this thing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he places his. If you let him just place his hand on like the hilt, he kind of just like feels like the weight a little bit, and then like he just touches it real quickly,
Gotcha.
and then he looks over at Fargild and like nods, and they like make eye contact. Like you don't know if they're like, oh, we know what that is, or if they're like, oh, it looks strong or whatever. And then you explain your first.
This looks like it could be a plus one visionary glaive.
Right. You explain where you first saw the plants, and then the pressure plates opening the room, and then you explain the portal, the man that was in there, the like two-headed dog.
I found this strange religious medallion.
Do you show who are you showing it to?
You flash the bling, right?
You hold it up.
Mm-hmm.
Kaka, the Kenku, reaches down and grabs the like satchel.
Thanks for clarifying, because I thought Kaka was the cat.
No, that's Fargild.
No, that's Claw.
I'm just kidding.
Claw is the cat. Kaka is the bird.
Right.
And he picks up the satchel that because like Fargild presented the plant, and then he presented the satchel, and Kaka reaches down and grabs the satchel and empties it out on the ground, and you see 3 of those same medallions like drop to the ground and kind of like roll around like coins, and then they settle.
Oh, look at that.
It's the same thing. It's that same emblem. I don't know if you still have like the picture of it or whatever, but it's just like a weird symbol with like a few triangles on it. And Sen says, the muckrakers showed me this symbol, and I don't recognize it per se, but it's interesting that you both encountered the plant and the medallions on your separate missions. So yeah, they kind of are. Yeah, that's there. It is. They look like that. So yeah, they kind of like tracked in the story up until basically where you found the like bearded devil that was pinned, and they like are like, whoa, what the like, what is that? And then the whole experience with the portal and all that, they had nothing. They had nothing that in depth.
I'm curious about the halfling that we killed in the cave. I'm curious if I don't want to just say it. I'm curious if that may be somebody that's important or somebody that Sen may recognize.
Yeah, let's dive into the detail on that guy for sure.
Yeah, because I feel like maybe Seamus. I don't know, but I feel like halfling would be pretty common.
So Seamus being the representative from Leyland that was taken to be part of the council, who was like, seemed like he was a slave that like instantly just became, some like person of power, presumably just like was appointed randomly. Okay.
I am
and
slowly. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna put it out there that the other guy might be Invar. I don't know.
Yeah,
But there's,
So is Seraph suggesting that you may
no,
have met Invar?
no, I'm not.
No.
No.
Okay. Are you suggesting? So you explained that the guy was a halfling, not Seraph, but Algos.
Yeah.
And you're asking if he may? Are you asking if he may be Seamus? Like if there's?
I mean, what I have a description of him? Like, were we close enough to have a description?
You can ask. Or you're asking if you would have a description of the
right
the
to give
halfling?
to Sen. Yes.
Yeah, let's just go back and listen to session 3 and.
I can recall you guys knowing that it was a halfling, but no one like removed his hood. He was hooded in a robe. No one like removed the hood or looked at like any features or anything like that. I do recall that.
He had he had his hood up, right?
I think
he was hooded and was just like small, and I was like, it's a halfling guy, and then you asked if he was dead, and he was dead, and no one bothered to like really look at his features or anything like that.
Sorry about that.
I think we should take Sen and the muckrakers to the cave. I think we should try to go as a group to the cave and see what we see.
Okay. Yeah, Sen looks at the rest of those guys and at the muckrakers and says, well, I think that Presh has been waiting a long time, and if he has to wait another couple days, if he's out there, I hope that he's survived this long. This is pressing matters. I mean, this is definitely a concerning activity, especially here for the Empire. I have my what's the word I'm thinking of?
Your butt. You have your butt. Is that your butt?
Is that your butt?
It is my butt. I have my worries about the influence of Perrinwall on general foul activity in the Empire, but I don't know them to ever act with this amount of magic or demonic influence. They're very anti-magic. But yes, we should investigate. I would condone the muckrakers to to accompany you back to the cave to investigate further.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah, so I think if the course of action is that you guys want to go back to Hallback and check out the cave with the Muckrakers with you, that you guys are totally allowed to try and do that. Do you guys want to talk like amongst if that's what you guys want to do?
I want to know how Farguild is reacting to Coven right now.
Oh, you see it in the
I
chat.
haven't read any of that.
Oh, it's in yeah.
I said that
Go-
I took hemp rope from my sister's satchel. I slowly unraveled it towards Farguild's feet, about 6 feet out, and started to wiggle the rope and slowly reel it in.
Oh, but I'm mean for calling you a demon, huh?
Farguild nudges Thomas, and Thomas like quickly turns around and notices the rope and grabs it and like pulls it from you and bundles it up and stuffs it under his arm. You can make a strength check too to see if he doesn't pull it from you if you want.
Hell yes, I do.
Okay.
Get fucked, dude. 18.
He rolled a 17.
Coven
There's a little-
still is looking at Farguild, and he pouts a little and hands the rope back to Kashana.
Yeah, and at that point, Kashana smacks him on the hand. It's like, "Don't be rude."
Sorry.
And-
Everly is curious about her leg at this point. We got really in depth.
So after the like long discussions, it's been. I mean, it didn't take me like multiple hours to explain the story, but I think that in this moment, it probably has been an hour or two since you all sat down, and Sen comes over and he had wrapped it in like a little bit of cloth after applying that like rust colored paste, and he removes the cloth and then uses it to wipe some of the paste off, and the black like webbing that was spreading, the like vein like stuff is gone, and you just have like an opened wound left. That's not like bleeding or gushing or anything like that. It just looks like a bite at this point, but it's not like stinky or like got black fucking shit coming out of it, but it looks better.
Okay, good.
And he looks up at you and gives you a thumbs up.
Is that one of those things that has worked for the first time? And this is a surprise to all of you? Cash asks to the Muckrakers.
No, Sen is extremely proficient in these types of things. We've picked up a couple bugs along the road, and every time we come back, he takes care of it pretty easily. So, that in particular is an interesting, looks like an interesting ailment, but Sen knows his shit.
And Sen says,
Well, all right.
Yeah. Sen says, well, it's been a long day for everybody. It's kind of crammed in here, but if you all would like to rest, I can whip up a meal before you head out back to Hallback.
Yes, please.
What time of day is it?
It's now approached early evening.
Okay.
I think on like I think like the sun's going down. It's about just about nighttime.
Okay. Then we should rest then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if there's anything else anyone wants to discuss or questions you'd like to ask before the rest, anything you guys want to check out in the area, feel free to chime in. Otherwise, we will queue up a long rest.
Yeah, I want to look at that stained glass really quick.
Okay. Yeah, I think the meandering and the mingling just kind of goes on for a little bit while Sen works on um the meal, which is just like some soup that he had cooking over the fire and some bread because he goes to Hallbeck for bread sometimes. Um
That
Can I
good
catch-
Holbeck bread.
In
Yeah.
company.
Can I catch Sen alone for a
little
moment?
conversation. Yeah. I'll let
Yeah.
Eric look at Eric Alagos.
Who?
I'll let you look at it. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Okay. $12.
12. Okay, so what you see is just like a window. It's like a bay window, relatively large. I don't know like what the measurements would be. I guess it'd be like, I don't know, like a 4x5 rectangle, like window. And there's like a circle in the middle that's like a tan color, almost. It'd be like the color of like a regular beer bottle. Like if you had like just that like brownish kind of like tan glass color, not green like that.
All right.
Yeah, not like that. There are other ones. The more like amber, like a more amber color. And then spreading out from it are like what look like pie pieces. Like it's like equal segments of the window, and they're all different colors. There are 8 of them. So there's a center circle and then 8 like pie pieces coming off of it. And there's a symbol. There's like a symbol on the larger like pie piece for each one. Make you so just based off that, that's like what you see. You see like you see like a circle in the middle and then like colorful pieces coming off of it,
Okay.
with like symbols on them. Make a history check for me.
18.
Okay. One of
Nice.
them, not like the topmost, but the one to the right of it. It'd be like on a clock, it'd be like 2 o'clock, I guess. Is a pie piece, and it has a symbol on it that you recognize as there were like flags and like standards around the different villages of Braziri, where you were from, and it's a symbol that you recognize from that. It's like it kind of looks like a sword, but the blade is like a jagged, looks almost like a lightning bolt.
Okay, like a Chris or something almost. Okay.
Yeah, on just like a crest kind of.
Okay.
And you recognize that, like, oh shit, that's a Brazilian symbol there. You don't recognize any of the other ones though.
So this appears to possibly be some sort of world map of some kind based on the location. I mean, on a world map, Braziri would be at about that point.
Yeah, kind of. It is kind of like that. It does look
Okay.
like that.
Maybe not a world map, but a map of the region.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean that's up to you to discern. It definitely doesn't look like a map. Like it's very artistic. Like it's round. It's just like shapes.
Okay.
Sen showed you like a legitimate map. Like he has the scroll with like a map on it. But yeah, you can make. I mean, you're allowed to make whatever observation on the stained glass that you'd like.
Okay.
That's what you understand about it, basically. Yeah. What did you roll on the investigation initially? 15?
12.
12. Right. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. And then so we'll break from that. That's basically what you can discern from that. Seraph wanted some Sen action.
Mm-hmm. Sen, sir.
Yes.
What did you mean when you called me by human back at the bog? back at the basilisk's little hideouts.
Are you guys like separate? You wanted to be like separate
Yeah.
from everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
He smiles and looks at you and like comes in a little close and he goes, I don't know why you're hiding from the rest of them, but I know at least what you are.
Is this do you want to do this with everyone, or is this?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
yeah.
just checking.
Yeah,
just checking.
it's okay. It's okay.
I wasn't sure. I just want to make sure.
There's no need to be ashamed. I know that you have your means for what you're doing. It was an observation that I made.
I would ask you to keep quiet about my condition.
Done. Consider it done.
Very well, thank you.
Yeah, and
That was it. That was it.
we'll break
Okay,
from
cool.
that.
Just checking. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, that was that. We'll make sure. I mean, you wouldn't do that in an area where like anyone could make a check of any kind to hear you or anything like that. So, still unknown to the rest of y'all. Anyone else got anything they're curious about? I assume Coven's just like fucking wiggling strings in
Man.
front of fucking Fargo.
I could
if-
activate my superpower and get into a really deep conversation with Fargild, but I don't know if we're wanting to suffer through that.
I will say that your if you
Cash is keeping a heavy eye on Coven and make sure he's not being rude to people who happen to look like cats.
I'll say that at any point after the go ahead.
You know that I'm not very good with talking with people. I get a little socially awkward, and then I see a cute little belly and a little soft fur, and I just want to scratch him.
As always, my dear brother, I understand, but that is a that is a person. They have a brain and thoughts and can speak.
Understood.
Can both of you
Just
can
like
both
how
of-
you and I aren't demons, I understand.
Can both of you make a perception check?
Perception. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I'm rolling hot tonight with Nico's dice.
I got a 15 plus 3, 18 perception.
18.
Damn, you
Nice,
guys
dude.
both. As you guys say that, you like
Wonder
look.
Twin powers.
Kashana like is talking about Fargild and like point like you're looking over at him like look at he's a dude. Get over your weird thing. You see you guys see Kaka like up behind him who's quite a bit shorter, but the end of his beak like reaches his Fargild's ear, and Fargild isn't facing you guys. He's actually watching Alagos look at the stained glass, and you hear Kaka go, you got a belly. Furry man. Got a brain.
Oh no!
And you just see from behind Fargild's going.
He's shaking his head.
Yeah. Okay.
The long-term goal is to maybe teach my brother a little bit of manners. That's all.
I nod and put my head down. I stop looking at the big kitty.
The big. All right.
Yeah, and yeah, during all this, as soon as the like conversation was over and everything, you saw Thomas just sit back on the bench and kind of like shut down. But every time someone like as you guys like meander, Sen will walk over and like grab some more soup or anything like that. Whenever someone gets like kind of close in proximity, you see the like dim light start to glow up, and he like picks his head up and kind of tracks them. And then like as they walk away, he gets back, slouches back down. But yeah, anything else? We want to hit that rest button.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Yeah, everyone can hit a good old long rest.
Yes.
Let me get this long rest and stay the same. Because I don't think. Yeah.
Just push.
Okay. We will blast to the next morning. You all wake up, and Sen is working on a little bit of breakfast. It's simple fare. Again, he's got some eggs going, and some whatever bread was left over that didn't get made during dinner. And Kaka and Fargild and Thomas are all strapped up. They now have bags with them. You see a little wooden, kind of just like a wooden stick that's on a loop on Kaka's side now. You see Fargild has a couple daggers that are sheathed at his sides. And yeah, they look like they're more ready to go now. And they're munching on some grub. And you guys wake up, and if you want, you can have some grub too. And Sen looks at all of you guys, and he says to you guys, the Muckrakers are one of my finest groups amongst the rest of the Pry. I think that they should help you in great effect if you stumble upon anything dangerous on your way, which I hope you don't. But just to help, you made your way here, so I assume some of you know your way around the Empire, but you can have my map. I've made this over the years. I have various copies, various drafts, but I'm willing to part with this one for you guys to have. So he gives you guys that scroll with the map on it, of which you can see has the Empire fairly fleshed out. You see some roads on it. You see a lot of towns. But in the other locations, like Brazieri, for example, or Leyland or anywhere else, you only see a point or two of interest per location. Just based on his travels, his knowledge of those areas. Clearly he's been in the Empire for most of his life, and he has more means to flesh out that section of the map. So there's that.
I would like
You said
to-
there's. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Is there anything, man? Hey, Coven, help me out. We're from Polyria, right?
Yes, the
Do we notice
Polis
any-
in Polyria.
Thank you. Are there any particular things of note in Polyria on this map that would remind either Cash or Coven about anything? I'll roll for it if you want, but
I'll just say when you look at it, so the Polis, where you guys are from, is an underground city. So what you see there on the map is the outlined acknowledgement that there's a city out there. But it's below that island looking area. And the mountain section that's the farthest, the northwestern side of Polyria, that is just a big open cave that leads under the water there into the city. What's east of that is a and you guys had to cross it, so is a massive frozen lake. That little patch of blue there that you see.
Yeah.
That's a massive frozen lake. And then, yeah, you guys worked your way, just worked your way down. You guys didn't actually go to Farflow. You kind of worked your way through that little like bit of forest there. There's like some forest that crosses from region to region. There's a massive wall that cuts through the middle of the forest, but that's kind of how you guys got
Gotcha.
where you guys came through.
Okay.
Yep. As for points like on the map, you guys don't have anything to like add to it at this point. I think if you all like look at it and make a couple like checks, you might be able to throw something new on there. But I think until they get like explored or you find someone that knows like more about them, we can add stuff to it. But
Let's go ahead, Seraph, and then I'll go after you.
I would like to cross-reference that map with my maps. Maybe make a copy so that I can make more copies in the future.
yeah, because you are like a cartographer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So yeah, you can look at the empire, the empire that he has on his map and the empire you have on your map. Yours in particular around the Easterel, Brookdale, like Mother's Mount border area. Yours is quite a bit more developed in terms of like the road working.
Mm-hmm.
You have a better sketching and like mapping of the roads out that way, especially like into the mountain areas. There's like almost no detail on this map about like those mountains on the border, whereas you have them like fairly fleshed out on yours. As for like the other sections, like west of Perrinwall, it's pretty similar. If anything, yours is a little more vague.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're in terms of the empire, they're pretty close. Yours might be a little bit more detailed in certain aspects, which we can add to this based on what I know that I would think that you know. I can add some stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Do any of you in particular want to hang on to it, or? So, I mean, he doesn't have like 5 copies, so it's got to just be somebody. Doesn't really matter, but
I would say either Coven or
Yeah, I would think
Seraph.
Coven.
Seraph already has a map, so probably Coven.
All right.
you tuck it into a book or whatever.
Here you go, Wanderer. Hold on to this one.
Ooh, pardon my yawn. Holy moly.
Yeah, don't start that shit.
Yeah, sorry.
It's 1 a.m., but
Yeah, so I won't bog it down from there. I think you guys can send off unless you have any more questions or anything like that. I guess he's gonna say, at least to the muckrakers, please return with any information that you have. I really would need to. I need to add to what I already know, and I think that this could. Man, I keep watching the GIF of that cat. It's fucking me up. I gotta know. I'll stay and look through my archives to see if I can find anything on this plant and this medallion, and hopefully I can have some information by the time you return.
Oh, Sen's not coming with us?
No, Sen is gonna stay.
Mm.
The muckrakers are coming. He's not a muckraker. He's like, at least he's saying he's the leader of what he's calling the Pry, which is like his proclaimed spy network that is like working to figure out what's actually going on in the Empire. Since he had to leave. And you guys are being occupied by the muckrakers, which he isn't a part of. He just oversees, essentially. So yeah, you guys have Fargild, Thomas, and Kaka.
Sen has been alone, right? The Muckrakers.
Oh
said
yeah,
that
yeah.
they would-
He's not like, yeah. They just stopped. What was that?
he's not helpless.
No,
Yeah.
not at all. So yeah,
Not at all, huh? Okay, all right. Okay.
Nice, dude. Nice.
Damn it! I wanted him to see the face of that. Okay, that's fine. Coven, you're gonna have to
if
draw.
You, I mean,
you're gonna have to
I mean,
draw.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't like. like not to like influence it whatsoever, but like if you're like concerned, like if he told you his story and like if it plopped into your head like, oh, there's a halfling in the story, that guy like we saw, like if you think it's worth mentioning, you totally can like talk to him about it, and you can ask like what that guy looked like, or you just don't know what the guy you saw, like his details, right? So you can't be like oh, I think it's this guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
that's fine. I'd like to ask him then. Sen, what did the halfling look like? Seamus, what did he look like when you saw him?
well, like most of his kind, he was extremely small, large feet. I never saw him wear shoes. He had red curly hair, and I only saw it one time, but his back was extremely marred. He had a lot of scarring on his back.
Okay. Well, we'll see what we can find out, and then we will report back.
Cool. Yeah, so if you guys want to head out, it's like half a day travel, if I recall. I think we had said it was like 8 hours or something like that. I'm not even sure.
Back to Holbeck.
To get back to Hallbeck. So yeah, if you guys are leaving like early morning, like sunrise, you could be in Hallbeck by like early afternoon.
But
Okay.
it's not that, right? We woke up, we talked for a while.
It's close. I'd say you guys are getting into like the Hallbeck proper, like through the front gates of the town, because Ornix farms on like the other side of it, where you would,
Mhm.
not that it's a big town, but you guys are coming in from the other side. You'd probably be reaching the town at like between 2 and 3 in the afternoon. What the to the one? Excuse me?
Jesus, Dustin.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Dustin has
informed.
Dustin's known for whipping up quick images on the fly during D&D sessions. It's one of his many
Proficiencies.
especially in the Bow Street campaign.
Holy shit.
Oh gosh.
Oh me, baby.
No, you know me, dude. All right. Yeah, so you guys with muckrakers at your side, make it into Hallbeck. Are you?
I have a how do they travel? Does it seem like they travel pretty well? Cash is particularly interested. Like they actually seem like they're adventurers. Like they seem like they could do stuff. They're not like getting stuck in the mud or falling through bridges for 2 hours.
No, they seem.
Shots.
Their marching order is Thomas, and then Fargield, and then Kaka. And Thomas is like constantly like scanning in front of them, like perceiving at the front, but also like guinea pigging any, like on their way out where you guys had those like the bump-ins with the like shitty bridges and whatever else. He guinea pigs all that very like tediously, like finds it, points it out.
How tall is Thomas?
Thomas is pretty big. He's about the same size as you are, but maybe
Does he seem
not
as heavy.
Probably close, maybe a little lighter.
Mhm.
Just because you don't know much about the woodish. There's like a wood material on the bottom that probably doesn't weigh a ton.
Of him or of the bridges?
Of him.
Of him. Okay.
Yeah, the armor that he's got and the sword look like pretty substantial weight wise. But
Cool.
as for like him, you haven't like bumped into him or really like got a feel for like his.
Have I?
Make bump into sleight of hand check. No, I'm just kidding.
Sure.
And then, yeah, Fargield basically just watches Thomas. Thomas is in the front. Thomas watches. Thomas tests things out. Fargield watches him. Kaka is Kaka is like back to Fargield and like back pedals, looking the other way, and like is like constantly like ducks down under Fargield's like under his armpits and like looks past him and then pops back and like back pedals behind him. They're observant. They look around. They're looking for bullshit. And yeah.
Cool.
It seems like Kaka and Thomas are like super vigilant, and Fargield is just like traveling like in between them doing that.
Okay.
Is kind of the dynamic there. But yeah, do you want to head through the town, or do you want to kind of like bypass the outskirt and like go straight towards where the farm is?
Personally, I don't have anything to do in town. I have no errands to run, no one to meet up with.
No.
No.
Shelley, Bob, or Margaret, though.
Yeah.
Oh, dang. Don't remind me about those beautiful bellies and butts.
Yeah, so you guys are headed like right to the farm.
Straight for it.
Yep.
Cool. So yeah, you all approach the same road that you came up to the farm when you initially came to the farm to take the job from Ornick, and you see Ornick outside, and the 3 dogs are running around in a field, the like pastured field with the sheep, and they're kind of herding him into a corner. And Ornick is taking a swig off a bottle of ale.
Forrest Gump wave.
He's
Moonshine.
he's actually looking away from you. You guys are like coming up from behind him. He's looking like down over the field, kind of like to the left of his barn.
I cast Mage Hand and scratch Shelly's butt and wink at Coven. It's so soft.
You see Ornick like stumble and drop the bottle and like puts his hands up real quick and goes, "Wait, which dog was it?"
Shelly.
He said, "Oh, Shelly, get up on out of there! They coming back! They coming back! Get to the barn! Get to the barn!" And he starts to stumble and turns and looks behind and goes, "Oh, it's them helpful folk from out in Hallbeck. Was that you? That little magic out there on my girl?"
Yeah, that was me, Ornick. How you doing,
Oh,
buddy?
oh shucks, you got me. You go, "Oh well, I've been doing good. The girls back in the swing of it. You know, they out in the fields, they doing their job. They so happy to be home. But I done heed your warning. I didn't go out to the cave y'all told me about. I definitely didn't go poking around over there just
Jeez.
because y'all said it was dangerous and whatever. So
Can I see if he's lying?
I
I remember telling him, "Don't go in there."
yeah, you were the one who like really
Yeah.
Go ahead, insight him.
21.
Damn, nice.
He may have walked to the edge of the woods and gone like this, but he definitely didn't go looking
Okay.
for any caves.
Nice.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
I stay
And he
silent.
says,
then.
he looks at Everly and is like, "Well, girl, how's your leg?"
It's great. It's healed. Thank you for your help.
"Oh, God bless me. Y'all get out there to see my boy Sen out there in Bowling Bog?" Yeah.
That's yes, we did.
Nice. Yeah, he's a good guy, smart guy. So what brings you back? I see you got some new friends, some funky folk. Welcome to Hallbeck. And Thomas goes, Hello. Thank you. Nice farm. And Kaka goes, "Rah, Shelly, get to the barn! Get to the barn!" And Fargill just rolls his eyes and is just fucked up. Funky folk, come on, man.
All right, Ornick. Well, we're gonna go clean the cave up. You have fun.
Oh well, y'all be careful, and you tell me if there's some danger out there still, cause I'm mighty curious about it. But y'all let me know. Stop back by. Y'all can have some of my signature grub that y'all loved so much last time.
Yeah, we're not.
I'll fire it up. I'll fire it up. Y'all come right back.
All right.
Come right back.
Sounds good.
All right. Yep. See you in a few.
Right.
Love you guys. Careful. Yeah. So are you guys
All right. Yeah, we're just gonna keep
Headed-
walking. I
yeah.
guess.
Yeah, we're gonna
Headed
keep going.
working your way over there? Okay. Sorry, I just got a text saying that I'm being loud and annoying. Okay. So, yeah, you acknowledged you get the muckrakers over and say like, all right guys, it's this way. You work your way through the forest, and you come up where the forest opens up, if you guys remember. Here, I think I can even pull it up here, or no, I won't pull it up yet. I'll save that for next time. You guys walk up to the edge of the forest and you come up into the clearing there, and you see the rock face where the cave entrance was, where you guys could hear that rushing water, because there's that stream that leads into the thing. And yeah, you guys come through the edge of the forest into the clearing. You hear the waterfall stream, and you look around at the edge of the cliff face to see where the opening was, where you recalled it to be. And it's not hard to find, because in a massive bloom on the edge of the cliff face, around the edge of the cliff, is a vibrant red glowing strewn of vines and plant life, of this red glowing plant, stretching out from the entrance of this cave that you guys had been in just a day or two before. And that's it for now. We'll pick that shit up next fucking session, dude.
Okay.
Slick.
But yeah,
It is good to be back and alive for now.
For now.
I had to find a cool way to deal with you, and I didn't want to play you for a whole session, so.
Girl, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll edit that lore document, because I had to slug through some like grammatical errors while I was reading it that fucked me right up. So I'll fix it and drop it in the Discord, and you guys can have it for your records.
Sweet.